Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the next installment of my most requested eye look series. And if you are new to my channel and don't know what this is, I compile a list of videos where a good amount of y'all say, oh my goodness, I love your eye look, I want a tutorial. And then I include it in this series. So this is the look that I had in my must-have non-makeup items for professional makeup artist video. That was a mouthful. And a lot of y'all either requested a tutorial or just made a comment about how much you liked my eyes. So I decided to include it in this series, and it is using the Persona Cosmetics Color Theory palette in copper. I'm also using the, the brush, the Persona Cosmetics brush. Looks like this. I'll talk more about it in the actual demo. There's also an eyeliner in this collection. I'm not using it for this look, but I have used it before and I do really enjoy it. But I wanted to really concentrate on the palette, which is 5 colors. It is 3 mattes, 2 kind of shimmer colors. And I used every single color in the palette for this eye look. Highly recommend this. I don't have the other one, but I want it because these are really good shadows. They are right on par with the Persona Identity palette, which if y'all don't know is one of my very favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. Love the formula, love how they perform, and I personally love these colors because they look so good with blue eyes. But if you don't have blue eyes, do not think, oh, it's not gonna look good on me. I personally think these are flattering colors on all eye colors. It just really makes blue eyes pop because of the color theory and how oranges and coppers and golds really pop the blue of someone's eyes. So these are my favorite colors to use on my eyes because of that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see how I get this eye look, then just keep on watching. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I prime my eyes per usual. And I'm going to start out with the color light brown, which is right here. Just on a fluffy crease brush. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 16 because that's typically what I reach for. But it really can be anything. And this is mostly going to be covered up. So I'm just putting it in to act as a transition to kind of help the other powders blend over it easier. We are going to end up using every color in the palette. So, it can get down on the lid. I'm going to put a base down, so I'm not really too worried about it. I just want to put a little bit of dimension in the eye. Give a little bit of a base other than what I've already put down. So I'm just gonna, I love this color. This color is like the perfect crease transition color. So, so good. So I just built that up all over the eye. Again, I just wanna add a little bit of dimension. Now we're gonna go in with our base. Do you need a base with this palette? Absolutely not. It's very pigmented, very smooth. I'm so used to putting down a base that I think that's why I choose to. I think it helps the color pop a little bit, but not enough to where I feel like it's a necessary step. It's just something I always do. Now this is my favorite eyeshadow crayon of all time. It is the one that I have repurchased the most. I think this is my 3rd one. And it's the Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in copper. So I figured that was the perfect color to use with this palette since it's copper. And it does complement it very nicely. So I'm just going to take that just on the lid. Again, this could easily be skipped. And I have no doubt that the finished outcome would be like pretty near the same. Now I'm actually going to go in with the outer color before I top that base. So I'm going to go in with Brick, which if y'all know me, I do love a good cool tone, but I love oranges on my eyes. And I think it's because I have blue eyes and it really tends to make them stick out. I love this orange. It's so perfect. For it, I'm going to be using the Persona brush, which will be making an appearance in my favorites for many of reasons, but I love this brush. It's just the right length. It's just the right density. I prefer it for my outer corner, but it could lay down your lid color. It could blend out your crease. It's very, very versatile. So I think they picked out an amazing shape brush to go with this because it really could be used for everything. So I'm going to start packing this Brick color on my outer corner, and I'm going to take a little bit up into my crease. If you don't know, I am not a cut crease type lover. I like a more blown out eye look. So I am always okay with it not being precise and kind of very smudgy. Smudgy is my favorite. So I'm just going to keep applying this until I get my desired pigmentation. Sometimes when I'm working with more brighter colors on the outer crease, especially because my brow bone sits different on this side than it does this, I like to take this Artiste Oval 3 and kind of use it to blend out these edges and get them as close together as possible. I know it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go in with the lid color, and I'm going to take this gorgeous copper color, which is the basis for this entire palette. I believe it's why it's called the Copper Palette. It's so pretty. It's darker than what I normally like. One of my favorite copper colors ever is from the Beautycounter Classic eyeshadow palette. Love that, but it's a lot lighter than this. So I like that this gives me another tone to work with in my collection. It's an orangey copper. I mean, which is what copper is. But I'm just patting that just over that inner half of my lid where I had laid the base. I like that it's a little bit darker too because it blends in with that brick color so nicely. Almost like they're meant to be together and blended in. Which is probably why they're in the same palette. Love that, love that, love that. All right, now I'm going to take a small pencil brush. This is like the Morphe E36, really tiny, small one. And I'm going to take it on this dark brown shade. And I'm going to use that. This one has, I think, the most amount of kick up in the palette, so be sure and really tap it off. And I'm just going to put a little bit of darkness on the outer corner. I do not, under any circumstance, want to cover that beautiful brick color because I want that to be the standout. I'm just going to darken it just a little bit. And this pencil brush is the perfect size for it. Keeps you from doing too much and overpowering the look, but still gives you precision and lays down color to where you can see it's there, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to take that Persona brush that we had the brick color in with no additional product and just blend it out. Okay, so we will make sure everything's kind of matching after we do the entire face, but I'm going to finish my makeup and I'll come back on to finish the eye. Okay, so I have finished with the rest of my makeup. We are going to go in and do a super simple under eye. I feel like in the last one, I may have taken a little bit of the dark brown color just on the outer corner and then buffed it out with the brick, but I'm just going to do the brick. Yeah, and I'm going to use my Beautycounter crease brush, and I'm going to take the brick color, just concentrate that on the lower lash line. And if I thought my eyes looked blue before that, something about the lower lash line, smoking it out, just makes a huge difference. Now I'm going to take the off-white color, which may be hard to tell over the camera, but it has a shimmer to it. It's not a matte color. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner. I think I need to get my kids' hearing checked. Can you hear that TV? The door is, we do have a catwalk, but the door is closed. I should not be able to hear every single word on the TV. I think they got it from their daddy though, because he can't hear either. So I'm really piling that on. I have deep set eyes, so my inner corners tend to be a little bit deep set too. So I feel like I have to put on a little bit more for it to be noticeable, but I also want it to contrast with that copper. So that's why I keep going in. I'm putting it on. I need to stop. I'm going to put some on my brow bone. I took that brick color pretty high up in my crease. So this may even overlap some of that. And I'm just going to take my finger and kind of buff the area where they meet up. So we have successfully used all 5 colors in the palette. Okay, so that is the finished look. I put my mascara on and my lipstick on, and we are good to go. So that is the most requested eye look that I got using the Persona Color Theory Copper Palette. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I tried to make it to where I used all of the shades. Obviously, there are multiple ways you could use these colors, and you don't ever have to use all of them. But I wanted to just show you how I got that look and how I use the palette the most. I just think this is the most flattering on me with blue eyes, but there's so many different ways to use it, even with only 5 shades. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to keep telling me if you like the eye looks that I have in my videos so that I can add them to lists of eye looks to do for you to continue on this series. So thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future content. And as always, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.